Welcome, Omar.
How are you? Pleasure to meet you.
It's a pleasure to have you.
Thank you, Connecticut, Norwalk, everybody.
Now, your musical style has been described as a cross between Tupac and Seal.
And now, like, as I've been transitioning and doing more venues that house, you know, what soul music was capable of having, I've been hearing David Ruffin a lot.
Wow.
So I've been doing a lot of research on it. Yes, yes. And like, coming up, I wasn't a big historian on music. I love music, but never really delved into it to see like who was like the founding fathers of all the different styles. And in my transition from being a rapper, which I was initially, into being a full-scale soul singer right now, I'm just seeing how these great soul singers from Sam Cooke,
oh my goodness,
to Curtis Mayfield.
Tell me some of your influences, because Sam Cooke and Curtis Mayfield and David Ruffin, some of the greats.
From what I hear, like the greatest. Well, like really, my influence was life, trial and error, living different places, seeing how things are different and the same in different environments, and just people. You know, it wasn't really a person or a song that really inspired me. It's always was just things that went on in my life, things that I saw happen in other people's lives that were close to me, which really evolved my sound, my style of writing, and just everything that I am now.
Now, you have a strong team of people who are working with you to get you to the next level, and you're creating your own imprint label, Noble Records.
Yes, ma'am. I mean, like, it's all about branding yourself. And, you know, from our state, I really haven't seen, like, a soul singer come out of, you know, our state. So I'm just working hard to not only establish myself as an artist with credibility and longevity, but also to establish my company, Noble Records, as a company that could one day be a land bridge between Connecticut and the music industry.
And the name of your first release?
It's going to be called Wildin' Out. And that song, actually, I've been working with the Casey Foster Home in Bridgeport with like some kids that have been through some of the worst things you could think of in their young life. And they were lashing out because they needed love. They needed attention.
And kids don't know how to express themselves other ways.
No, especially when so many things have been placed upon them that they can't understand why. Why no one cared, why no one loved them, why they have no direction. So that was the basis of that record. Like, you know, they were wilding out because they thought no one cared about them. And then it came to a point in their life where they were like, you know, if I care about me, that's someone. So I still do have a chance to actually succeed in life. So that was the whole basis and the transition of that song.
So it's basically you got to love yourself first.
You have to love yourself first, and you have to understand how to, you know.
Now, you've worked with some of the greatest creative forces in the industry. Tell us about some of the producers that you've teamed up with.
Like in the past, I started out with a producer by the name of Mike City. He's produced everybody from Brandy to Yolanda Adams. So that was like my first initial to see that it can happen. You can go from, you know, a normal individual to actually achieving Grammy Award-winning success, you know. But then it was, you know, learning the business, cultivating my own style, and just, you know, doing everything I can to be my own entity. And through all the trials and tribulations, through all the ups and the downs and the things that I've been through in this career, it has got me to this point. So I'm definitely blessed to have seen the ups and the downs of what this industry can offer you.
Okay. Well, up next on Our Lives, Omar believes in using his talent to give back to the community, as he just mentioned, and more on his community work right here in southwestern Connecticut. And plus, as we promised, a little later on, you're going to hear Omar perform. Stay with us here on Our Lives. We'll be right back. And welcome back. My guest today is a soul singer with deep roots right here in southwestern Connecticut. Omar Wilson is from South Norwalk. And first of all, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now, you mentioned earlier your work with the Casey family and Children's Services, but you also work with them to create a music program for the children of Bridgeport. Tell us about that.
Correct. It was basically music is the biggest, I believe, parent right now for so many children.
Wow, that's scary.
They have, like I said, they have no one. They really have no one to love them in this situation. You know, now they do. They have their foster parents that are great. They have, you know, a team of people that look after them and just encourage them. But ultimately, for a lot of children, music is their father, is their mother, is their inspiration, is their direction, is their everything. And I was just, like, ever since the first time I sung, you know, up till now, I've always just been thinking about, like, why did God bless me with this gift and this way of seeing it? And with the program, like, the song that we wrote was about mothers. Some of them had never met their mother. Some of them met their mother for the first time in a bad situation. Some of them were trying to reconnect with their mother. So it was a way of expressing themselves. It was a way of healing each other. It was just a big blessing, you know, for me also, just to see these children from 11 to 15 that have been through some things that probably would just knock me on the floor, you know, no matter how much I've been through.
Now, Omar, I just have to go there because you're saying music is their mother and father, but sometimes music lyrics, particularly today, just aren't suitable for children to listen to.
You know, it's a business, it's a music business, and, you know, I'm like this on it because I can't say what someone else is supposed to write because, you know, if it wasn't for all this music, maybe I wouldn't have the opportunity to not only put my stuff out there, but have it kind of stick out a little bit like a sore thumb because it is a different way of looking at the picture. Like, I sing about the good, the bad, and the uglies of life, you know? Some of my songs don't have a happy ending, but it's reality, it's real. Unfortunately, somebody's living that. But
your music is trying to teach a lesson.
Just survival. Just that, you know, without God in your life, there's really no way that you will ever have clarity. And to let them know that I'm no different than anybody else. You know, I'm a normal individual that has been blessed with an extraordinary talent. And I know that it's God's blessing, it's not my own. So I'm just blessed to be able to be wielding this. And I know the responsibility behind it. Because God willing, one day soon, there will be millions of people listening to my music. And like I said, when I think about the Curtis Mayfields, the Teddy Pendergrasses, the Otis Reddings, the Sam Cookes, the David Ruffins, they had purpose. Yeah, they wanted, you know, to be financially free and things of that nature, but ultimately their music it lived forever because it had a purpose. And that has been the basis of everything that I am. To give them, it's like, in this immense amount of darkness that the world has created, I just want to be that pinhole of light.
Now, let's talk a little bit about that light. Now, you started singing as a child in church. Tell us the church.
Calvary Baptist Church, South North, Connecticut. Hi, everybody.
Little shout out there.
Reverend Ingham, everybody out there. Yeah, 6 years old, man, was like my first time.
What did it feel like singing?
Oh my gosh, the mic almost slipped through my fingers. My hands were so clammy. But like, I sung the song, and to see the whole congregation just like break into tears.
Come alive.
At first, I thought I did something wrong. But it was the first revelation of like, wow, like, this is what music that is inspiring can do to people. I mean, a mass of people. White, black, green, gray, no demographical constraint, anything. And ever since then, it's just been my natural evolution and inspiration and just trying my best to be there for people. Like, you know, me personally, I came up, I had and still have a mother and a father. And unfortunately, I'm like an endangered species because almost everybody that I know does not have a father or two-parent home. Yeah. So I'm like, why me? Why did God give me that? You know, I was a knucklehead when I was young. I, you know, did this, that, and the third, you know, the trial and error of life. But if it wasn't for the foundation of my mother and my father, I might not be where I am right now or even be thinking about it like this. I might still have this gift and, you know, be successful in what I'm doing, but just for financial gain or for fame.
Okay. Well, once again, music is the universal language, and you're proving that. Well, when we come back, we're going to get to hear and see Omar perform. That performance is coming up only right here on Our Lives. You do not want to miss this. Stay with us.